Now, if you thought that businesses needing capital should go to a bank or finance house or find the resources from their own reserves, well, you'd be wrong, because now they just ask the Albanese government for more and more of your money. In March, there was $840 million for a rare earths mine and refinery in the Northern Territory, and then $230 million for a lithium project in Western Australia, all private companies. In April, there was $400 million for an alumina processing plant in Queensland, $185 million for a graphite project in South Australia, plus $1 billion to produce solar panels at the site of the old Liddell coal-fired power station. Again, all private commercial players. Yesterday too, as we reported, another $1 billion, this time to fund a US outfit to build a quantum computer in Queensland, another private entity. And today it's reported there'll be yet more billions in the upcoming federal budget to create a so-called green hydrogen industry. Now that's on top of the $2 billion, they called it the Hydrogen Head Start last year, in the budget. So I make the point, this is all borrowed money, given Australia is drowning in debt. $891 billion of debt to be exact, almost $1 trillion. $1 trillion or 1,000 billion, and don't forget a billion is 1,000 million. See why we should care about the big numbers this government's addicted to throwing around? It's money you work hard to hand over in taxes. As Kerry Packer famously said in a parliamentary hearing, it's not as if the government spends it wisely, is it? And all this spending is to take us from being an affordable energy superpower, using our abundant coal and gas, and I wish we could, our uranium, none of which the government, of course, needs to subsidise, to being a country with unaffordable energy, relying on green schemes that we need to subsidise at every step of the way. It's all part of the government's future Made in Australia policy. Meanwhile, the things we actually do make, like plastics, we soon won't make any more because the Chinese owners of Qenos, that's our biggest plastics manufacturer, well, they're shutting it down, citing the high price of gas. So instead of making plastics here, which without a modern economy can't operate, we'll soon be importing our plastics from China. Now, if the government has money to throw at business, and it's far from clear that it should, why not throw it at the businesses that are actually operating here, employing Australians, and making the things we actually need? Now, this is all so wrong-headed, it's hard to know where to begin. Any government that starts to subsidise businesses without a clear plan and an overriding national goal, such as the creation of an armaments industry, as an example, well, it's on the road to economic perdition. In this case, it's all about net zero. And that's an utterly self-destructive path for 3 reasons. First, because once a government starts handouts, businesses have no reason to be efficient and competitive. They know they can always go back to the government for more because the government can't afford them to fail. Today, the Clean Energy Council said that the investment or subsidies required for green hydrogen would have to be in the double-digit billions. Now, the second other point is because once government starts picking winners, cronies will always get in the act, pulling strings and calling in favours, as suggested by reports today that there's links between a quantum computer company selected yesterday and various former Labor staffers, now turned lobbyists. And third, because none of this green technology is proven, at least at scale. Now, this is the most green left government in Australia's history, and its legacy will be a whole lot of expensive green junk that's unlikely ever to work well. All the while, the energy we do have in abundance gets shut down and costs and unreliability continue to skyrocket.